Right, we slayed a couple of goblins, and I believe this is a good place to stop for the night.
Sounds good to me. We said 7 to 11 anyway.
I gotta be at work at 5 in the morning, so.
And,
Perfect
So is
timing.
it time to stop?
Yep.
Yep, but if you guys can hang on for maybe 10, 15 more minutes, we can discuss how we think this went for each and every one of, and how we can improve on it next time. And let's talk about our next meeting time. So I gotta think about that for a second. My next day off is the weekend, or actually I got tomorrow off, to tell you the truth. If I was to run this again, I would say Friday night or
This week?
This week, yep. Friday night or Saturday night.
I think, I personally think that the way you did it last time is pretty good. That way we can see like which ones everyone signs up for and stuff.
Sure.
If you just want to post a bunch of times and then whatever one gets signed up for the most, we'll do that one.
We've got the other mic to consider as well.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, because if we decide something now and he can't do that, then.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So just the closest start dates, Friday night, Saturday night this week, and now we're just gonna start with one person at a time. How do you like the adventure, and what do you comments, opinions, suggestions, and we'll start with Dan.
Okay. It was fun as hell. I loved it. That is definitely my overall opinion of it. I really enjoyed it. I'll start with bad and then go to good.
Okay.
The only moments I was having trouble to keep going were the fizzle bottoms. I didn't fully understand what was going on or if it was important. It just seemed like certain parts of the story weren't well thought out, just because probably we pushed you in that direction and had nothing prepared. So that's nothing on you. That's just the way that the campaign's going to run, which is why I think it was still fun to do everything. But the interaction with all the NPCs, the interaction between player characters and two other player characters was awesome. And your descriptions are really good as well. So since we've been doing Theater of the Mind the entire time, I can accurately see what you're trying to get across. Yeah. The only other thing would be, like you were saying, you have a lot of notes. So keeping track of everything is going to be tough. Every now and then there was like a stop, start, look at notes, stop, start, look at notes.
Okay. And I'm definitely going to comment on you after everybody had a chance. So, Sammy.
Right. Well, I totally agree that it was a very, very enjoyable experience. Was better than expected, really. Like from many of the kind of games where you see new players or people who are not used to playing, there are many awkward silences, no initiative taking, and so on. But I really felt that we did well in that regard. Good social interactions. Yeah. I guess with the negatives, it's always that's the best for improvement. I mean, I don't mind like it's almost comical that first you have two brothers and then there's a father and a son. Like, oh wait, yeah, yeah, he's totally my brother, not my son.
And also was a dwarf.
And a dwarf, not a human. He was standing out as the big, tall guy in the crowd, but actually he was a dwarf who shouldn't have been seen at all. That's kind of details to work on, but still, I don't mind. I don't mind them. And I liked how you kind of showed multiple paths, or like I always feel like if you put in this NPC into the game, there's gonna be some plot that they could perhaps provide with, and that kind of felt interesting when you came in with this prostitute, and maybe that's something interesting, and there were a lot of interesting things. I don't know. Otherwise, I would have to think more to come up with something. Good overall.
Okay, very good. And at any time after this, feel free to add on what you all want to see in your games afterwards. And we're gonna go to Troy.
Okay. Now, I'm just going to tell you, I've been a DM for like 10 years, and the one thing that I hate is when people don't give me feedback. So I'm going to be a little bit harsher maybe than than normal. But I say the things that were good is that you got shitloads of stuff. Everything's, a world. You got pictures for, these people, voices for every single person. The world is very big, but I think that's also a really big struggle because you need to remember that, have it all accessible, and I think you could actually benefit a little bit from like playing it more by ear and maybe not planning out as much, because like you were saying, you had all these notes and then it was kind of like, well, I just kind of have to go by what I remember anyways. I'd say I did think you did the music pretty well. At times it was just a little bit too loud, but I don't know if that was maybe part of kind of the it kind of added a little bit to the suspense as well. Let's see. I know level 1 is so hard. Like, you can have those situations where you almost one-shot a player like that, and it's like, well, what are they gonna do? Not use weapons? Like, So I think that's just a problem in general with the game. I thought that was fine, and we handled it fine. What else? Overall, I totally enjoyed it. I was glad we were all kind of conversing and everything was kind of going this way and that. At times it was a little bit confusing. I think sometimes we would ask a question to a group and you weren't sure which one of the people in the group were asking, and I kind of felt like more you could have just chosen one of the people to speak, because we asked a question to the fizzle bumps, and it was kind of just a question of whoever knew the information. So we weren't really trying to ask someone specifically. So you could have said, oh well, so and so pipes up, but again, very minor. Overall, yeah, I did love it. I thought it was great. I'm interested to see where we go from right here, because throwing a locked metal door at players at level 1 can be troublesome, because we don't exactly have the skills to deal with it, I feel, but I'm interested to see where it goes from here, if there's, other paths that we can take to go around the door and such.
We have a goblin. We can persuade, get the information from him.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Okay, very good. Um, definitely I'm gonna comment on what everybody has said so far. Um, so now, last but not least, is Mike.
Well, okay. I thought you did great. I felt I wasn't a little prepared enough because I clearly misread some stuff when I was making my backstory. I really thought. Uh, anyway. Um, like I said, I liked what you did. The music threw me at first because I didn't know where it was coming from. I thought it was coming from somewhere else in the house, and I'm like, what are they doing? And I was pulling my headset off, and I wasn't paying as close attention as I should have been at the time. But that's on me. So, I mean, I thought you did great. I really don't have anything else to say. I'm a slow start.
Okay, very good. And out of everybody here is how many of you are playing your first game,
Mm,
or maybe second game?
Um,
sec- it's second game for
Second.
me.
Second game. Okay.
I mean, it's the
5e
one
anyway.
the one shot that we played, and beyond that, nothing.
I want to count this as my. It's tough because I played the Guardians of whatever. What did
Riders
James?
of the Trial of the Guardians.
Fine.
Trial of the Guardians. So that kind of counts because it's an introductory, and I did play one session of a campaign on Roll20, which I hated. Um, and then other than that, all I've been doing is DMing for the past 2 years. So I kind of want to count this as my first real game.
Okay.
Yeah.
I asked that because I think every one of you did phenomenally well. I mean, this has
Thank you.
been actually my first Theater of the Mind Skype game, so it was very daunting. And integrating Roll20 with it was just like mind blowing. But like I said, everybody did very well. So starting with Dan with the bads. First of all, I thank you all for the comments and the suggestions. That has been very great, very helpful. With the fizzle bottoms, yep. It was something that had to come up right away. So in my mind, I'm thinking of a picture of what they look like, how they're acting. So in a way, I felt like I was on a spot, but that's
It's
also
tough. It's
part
always
of,
tough.
yeah. But that's also part of being a DM is winging it. So that's a good exercise for me coming up with NPCs, and it's nothing to do with you. You were playing it the way you wanted to play. Keeping track with them, keeping track of the NPCs. I understand that it was kind of hard to keep track with the flow of who was what and how they were a part of the story. Um,
I'm guessing you didn't have planned that we would get any fireworks from them.
no.
So I enjoy the fact that you allowed us to have that.
Yep. And that is also part of being a DM from watching Andrew's videos is you can write a whole thing of notes and players will not even touch 1 ounce of it. Go like, I'll show you.
Oh wait, I do have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the two brothers, were they originally going to be at the festival, or were they at the guards post? And then because we went to the festival first, you kind of moved them to the festival.
Actually, originally they were not supposed to be there. They were originally supposed to be already out on a escort mission and returning in the morning. But
Okay.
as a slip up, I did say that they were there, so I did run with it.
Yeah, because what's his name? Edward said that we were going to meet them in the morning.
Yeah.
He might have even mentioned that they were on an escort or something.
So
Well, I thought he said it was because that they were. It was the day of no work because of the festival.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That they were kind of off duty, except they were on duty. So
Off on duty.
They were
off on
drunk.
duty.
They were drunk on duty. I don't know how much that is.
Sure.
So I'd like to encourage everybody to continue with exploring multiple paths, maybe even creating something that is not even there in the world, creating something that I haven't even mentioned, and I could also try to run with that. That brings me to a lot of what Troy said. Is yes, I mean I have a shitload of notes, a lot of work I put into it, and it has been a blessing, but then again a crutch, because it's so much, so many ideas and multiple paths that each of you could be taking.
Yeah.
And I kind of need those notes to remember right away, like, whoa. But I'm going to have to really condense on that for future sessions, like a page or two.
And like I said, yeah, I know the exact feeling where you're 1 hour into your game and it's like, why do they want to go see? No, I didn't do anything with those people. That was a passing comment. Like, why would they want to do that? So I understand, and that's why I say, like, I think, yes, like you said, it can be tons of fun to do that stuff, is make up this world and everything, and it is helpful when it's there, but there's a lot of times when you'll do all that work and it's just, it just goes by the wayside, and I think I think it is kind of like, sometimes it can be a crutch, like you kind of are reading from like a script. So I think that, and over time you'll obviously just adapt and, get better at it. And like you said, it's your first Roll20, first Skype kind of thing. So, you wanted to be really prepared. And I think that over-preparedness kind of like hurt you more than, it helped you.
Yeah. And
go
ahead.
I also noticed, like, watching the semi-embarrassing videos of your Minds of Fandelver, that great improvements, and I don't know, maybe we're also less socially awkward, but I don't know. But yeah, really wasn't expecting this good from watching those games. Then again, I wasn't expecting bad either. So
one of my favorite moments in this today was so random and probably an offhand comment from you, Jamie, of you playing like one of the Fizzle Bottoms being like, "Hey, William, you want to just come away with us?" I would just laugh my ass off. I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not? See you guys."
All right, guys, rolling a new character. I'll be back next week.
and also that prostitute who wanted to have.
I gotta say, I forgot about that. I gotta give you mad props for being ballsy enough to bring that in and play it out. I know so many times that like people would be like, "Oh, I don't want to roleplay that. I don't want to roleplay a woman trying to hit on a guy," and you were just like, "How about we? Hey, I got a room downstairs," and I was like, "Oh, okay." Oh, all right. He's committing. He's committing.
He's like, I didn't know what to do about that one. What do you guys think about that mini game?
All the stuff in the bar I thought was great.
That was
prostitute, the little squabble with the guy, and the arm wrestling, and the games. It's great to bring that kind of stuff in.
I love that because it turns the game not into just fight. It turns into all these stats that people don't normally use.
Yeah.
You can finally make a character out of it because you can define what your character is good at, and then eventually the group will naturally manifest towards certain roles instead of just, I'm a faceless wonder and I have a weapon.
Yeah, and as much as like I did say a lot of criticism, I gotta say that bar scene, along with like how you kind of use the music, I felt was so well that it almost like it has now inspired me to try to do it more in my game because I was like, wow, that was really good. That worked out really nice. I want to try to bring that in.
The only thing that I think I made a mistake in that, I, with the suggestion of picking up the cards and having someone else shuffle them, I don't think Vorn would have said that. I would have said that, but not my character. So in the future, I need to remember that.
Why? Because he's dumber, or he wouldn't think of it.
He's more. Oh wait, I guess.
But he was known for cheating, so
he's not intelligent.
Oh.
He's more streetwise because he was a sailor and everything. So I guess he would be used to gambling and people cheating. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess I played him correctly then.
And also comment on the arm wrestling. The only time I've seen that role played before was in a competition on Critical Role that I've praised so many times.
Oh yeah,
in which they arm wrestled, make a strength check. The loser, unless it would be a fumble, then it's auto loss. But then, like, the loser is on the way of losing, and then you strength check, and you like go back and forth more, like not just winner wins automatically. And perhaps if you're almost losing, you roll with disadvantage because it's really hard to get back from that, and so on. That's just like for future arm wrestling competitions.
Or future competition, whatever, like feats of whatever.
Yeah.
If you don't want them to end in just one check, you can do multiple checks if it's more important. I thought one check is fine though, since it was multiple games, you know.
If it's like let's do this and then do something more and then something more, then one check.
That was the first gambling I've ever been a part of in a game. So, like, I haven't even done gambling as a DM before.
Yeah, same.
I liked it.
Okay, pretty good. And the music too loud? Yeah,
Slightly.
maybe slightly.
At some points.
Some points, but other points it was perfect. Yeah. On our side, though, I don't know if everyone knows that you can adjust the music.
Oh my god, you can?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
you just go to the cogwheel.
Maybe that's why. Nope, my master volume's all the way up, so that's weird.
Well, no, that's fine though, because then at least if it is too loud, instead of being like, "Hey, it's too loud," I can just turn it down on my own. And...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
maybe I like the hard rock.
Your master volume, Jamie, affects all of us. But if one player has headphones that just pick up more, it'll be easier for them to adjust it.
Yeah, and that's a possibility.
That I did not know.
Yeah.
My headset set it louder.
And mine's at max.
It's too loud, damn it! Remember it.
It was never too loud that I couldn't hear you. It was just a little bit close to being loud, you know.
Yeah.
And if you want the true experience of rolling dice, you can enable 3D dice, and they can appear on the screen.
That lags the shit out of the program for me.
No, thank you.
So there was confusion with some of the NPCs. Okay, what Troy said. And my thought to that was just maintaining a consistency with the information that I've given to you. So there's some times where I've given you information, but I didn't jot it down.
Right.
And sometimes I forget, or I'm just too tired. So that would end up me asking questions, or
I'm fine with asking.
For you asking the Fizzlebottom troop, maybe I agree. Just having one of them answer you with the most information will keep with the flow of the game, instead of saying, okay, which one of the troop do you want to talk to?
Right.
If that makes sense.
Unless we say, like, I want to
specifically say something.
Yeah.
Just assume it's to the group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Mike was talking about the backstory mess up. Is maybe possible that maybe along the way I had given you information because I know we had collaborated on your character. So it could be my mess up, and I do apologize for maybe some world history. World history. Oh, but
Yep.
we can work on that again if you want tomorrow or whenever you want to. Um,
Yeah, I mean the
just so we have a
story.
consistency.
Yeah, if the
Like
story
feedback
is
over.
that if the story is that you're part of the alliance or that big general, the leader, then it I guess wouldn't be much in the east or western edge of the continent, or perhaps a mission out there. I don't know.
Well,
Spitballing ideas.
if you guys want, I'll just give you a very simple sentence. Weston, or the lands to the west, is basically controlled by split factions now. It used to be a big kingdom, um, but now it's split into many factions, um, human dominant, and then you have the Confederation, which is basically trying to combine all the races together, and they're the largest force on the planet right now. And then to the east you have Eldoc, which is, independent lands, which is where you all come from, pretty much, most of you. And then you have the lands of Varamin, which is basically a frontier, where all the danger comes from.
I'm guessing, or it could be either or, but the fact that what's his name, Edward, was hostile almost, like, oh, are you spies from those lands? Where we all got, I guess, kind of surprised, like, what are we? Are we in conflict with Visay? That could. I'm not sure what your point of view is there, but maybe we shouldn't even have understood that, which we
Right.
didn't.
I mean, I think he's naturally suspicious of us just showing up at his gate. I mean,
Yeah,
understandable.
but he called us traitors because we weren't part of the alliance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that could have been a slip of my tongue. That's just probably I meant to say that those lands, the regions of Eldoc, have not accepted alliance control or accepted to
Right.
be a part of the alliance. So why should we help people from those lands, or why should
Yeah, that's kind of what I got, was that he's kind of just offended that, like, our lands aren't helping him, so, like, why would we come and help him?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And he probably doesn't like dwarves doubly so, just because we trade with them.
I don't really like elves, and the first character was an elf, so
I don't like humans, and half the party is humans.
More than half with the other mic.
Was Edward an elf? I thought he was a half elf.
well, I mean, it's half of the thing I don't like.
Lastly, okay, so I'm going to ask you all, do you all want to continue with the campaign?
Yeah,
Definitely
absolutely.
not.
Definitely.
Let's just burn it and start
Yeah.
over.
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
definitely. Definitely.
Definitely.
We can
Okay.
get Michael with us next time, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that'd be
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's unfortunate he couldn't show up.
Yeah.
We're probably going to have a completely different game with another person,
It might be.
because it'll be another personality.
different
Yeah.
dynamic.
Probably. I don't. I honestly have no idea what he ever landed on playing, but but I'm assuming since he owns the ship, he might be more leaderly. So
Mhm.
that could be good. Since we're all
Yeah.
kind of meshing, but no one was really leading.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I never like having a leader at the first couple of levels. Just
Yeah, I mean, it's also kind of unnatural for new people, like, or unless there is one who's clearly charismatic and like, I wanna be the leader.
Right.
It's more like we gotta get to know each other and find the
Mhm.
kind of, yeah.
As we keep playing, it's gonna be like, and it'll keep playing quite a lot down the line. We'll start getting so normalized and friendly with each other, there'll be moments where our characters are like, you know what? As my character, I would want to do that. So I'm gonna fucking fight you for it.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. Oops.
no, go on.
No, go ahead. Finish. But
I was just gonna give an example. Like, if one of us started speaking on behalf of the group, and then another person was like, I don't entirely agree with that, actually. That kind of thing.
I guess then that would be like a jokingly, and by the way, I don't know these guys, so don't count me in on that,
Yeah.
or something.
I just have a question, because
Yep.
my character kind of couldn't give two shits about the information he's given. But as a player, I know it's important we remember the information that we're given. So is anyone else taking it down? Because I'll stop. But I have been just taking it down in case I wanted to glance back at it.
I've tried to keep along with it, but it's
Been
gone
pretty
over my head.
sporadic.
Yeah, I mean, I've written down a lot of things, but I don't know what everything means.
I started in the beginning. You want to know what I wrote?
What did you write?
Name?
The Long Cloud Inn and Hawksburg Keep. That's it.
Oh, I didn't write the keep's name. I've got
Well-
Edvard, Wicard, Phoenix Alliance.
Yeah.
For the most
Yeah.
part, I remember most of this because the beginning, this has been basically what we've been building the entire time. So this is everything we know.
and
Well,
and,
I think... Oh, go ahead.
and this is what this first and the continuing adventure is going to be about. It's basically us just coming together. It's more of an introduction to our campaign. We haven't really got to any of this, I would say, story, I guess.
Right.
But
I don't think that'll happen for a couple of sessions, probably.
this is more of like a test of how, metagaming it, and I hate to do that, but probably the only metagaming you guys are going to get is just trying to find out how we mesh together as a group, just test our knowledge of D&D and kind of discover the world a little bit.
How did you feel about when we were in the fight scene, us being like, no, I think it's like, no, that range is fine. It's whenever someone's 5 feet in front of you, you can't use a bow. Was that okay?
Oh, like suggesting a correction?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Yeah, because I don't claim to know all the rules, and I don't. So.
I know. I just know you were big on more of a story element than rules.
Yep.
So how far that goes, we haven't really tested that yet. So
Now, if it was like, well, in the book it says this and that, and let me show you,
Right.
It's on page this. Everybody go to this page. It says specifically, that ties.
In order to do
takes-
arm
things
that takes away
wrestling.
from the game.
well, in
Yeah.
the book, a brewer's supplies is actually only 20 gold, not 55.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? I looked it up. It said 20, and I was like, "Oh, you told him more than that."
Yeah, because I didn't have the guide on me at the time, so it was like it's probably like 50 gold. Oh wait, that's the one above it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever.
but I mean, that's like what it should be sold for. I mean,
Yeah.
for all we know, they could be selling it for 5,000 gold and like ripping everyone
Yeah.
off
Yeah.
with that.
But then there's
Like-
also the fact that I think one of the hardest things to do as a DM is create an economy, because you have to create an economy, especially once you're getting into magical items.
Yeah.
So you really have to establish at beginning level how much, okay, these low level quests, this is how much you would expect to get.
Yeah.
And then that establishes, is the world a magical world? Is there a lot of magical items? Or is it like everything's expensive, but your quests give you a lot, and that kind of, it's a hassle. So
But there's also the possibility that magical items are not sold. Period.
yeah, exactly, a magic list. And this is a world that's fairly new to magic, like only 200 years, right?
That's kind of devoid of magic. It sounds like from what Edward told us. This area, at least.
Very, very rare. Yeah. There's history to it. So that's what a lot of these notes are. It's history you know.
But I mean,
and
no, it's not. It's not the 200 years. If we're gonna go into the history of the world,
No,
like
no.
before, the Tyree, when he
Yeah, the scepters
was
and everything.
what is this destroyed magic spread across the world, and that was
And then
more
there
than
were
200 years ago.
And then there was the witch trials, except for the sorcerers,
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
which I think is the main reason why magic now is kind of like governed quite strongly. So it's going to be interesting with our warlock.
But I just want to
Oh,
let
yeah.
you all know, I mean, it might not be evident now, but a lot of your backstory has been incorporated to many big things. So,
Yeah, I meant to ask the.
Was that why the
sailors.
prostitute came up to me?
That is your lover.
I thought so, and I was like, it's pretty good nod. Pretty good nod to it.
I was going to ask the sailors about Captain Rat.
By the way, that picture that I linked before, or a GIF, could be the crest of our white dragon,
Yeah, I saw that.
like a spire with a white dragon whirled around it.
okay, I'm going to wrap up here because I'm about ready to conk out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with you there.
Well, I got the real question. Did we level up?
Well, of course.
We did.
Jeez, didn't let me finish. Yes, you leveled up.
Well, Mike didn't. He's at level 1.
Matter of fact, during that inspiration, when you felt that surge of energy,
Oh,
for
that-
some reason, somehow, that
hey.
was the level up
That's
point.
That is really clever.
that is so clever.
Okay.
But
I
now
like that.
it is apparent. Level 2, and what else?
Oh god, level 2 just opens up a whole. Ugh.
The whole world.
I guess
Yeah.
would be on the corpses, but I mean we can go back to looting those next time if you want.
Yeah, I have a mount now, guys. Wait, level 2?
What?
Do I get a mount yet? No. Level 3. Level 3, I get a mount.
A horse rides through the forest.
Well, no, remember my spirit animal comes forth and I ride him?
Actually, if you guys want to do a loot, I'll do a group loot, and you guys can decide how you want to divvy it up.
For the goblins we just killed?
Yeah.
Sure.
Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Sure.
A cloak of fire protection +2.
Yeah.
Did find a bag with a symbol of the merchant company.
The Ox.
Yep,
The Viking Vale Trading Company.
that's right. I got
I wrote it down.
Good, because I didn't.
Viking Vale Trading Company.
And containing 10 gold pieces total.
Ooh.
Okay.
Economy's booming.
And
Yeah.
you can also, if you feel like you wanted to loot all of their weapons and armor.
What weapons and armor do they have?
They had
Scimitars.
scimitars,
They-
2 scimitars in total, 2 short bows in total. Yeah.
I'll take a short bow and
Do
some
it.
arrows.
2 shields.
I don't think I'm proficient.
I've already got a shield. And plus it has my insignia on it, so I need it to cast spells.
And
Oh, it's your holy symbol?
Yeah.
Oh. That's dangerous.
And cool.
Someone it's very cool, but if someone
Dangerous.
disarms you,
Well, the thing is, paladin spells for the most part, like if I'm trapped in a prison cell, I really don't have any spells to cast that can help me out with that.
all right.
did you guys just decide to be resting? Short rest or long rest?
Probably do a short rest at that point.
Yeah, I don't.
We gotta go after
mean,
the girl.
I mean, even a short rest, like we were chasing a girl and we were almost catching up to her, and now we're gonna let's take an hour's break.
Uh,
What can happen?
Let's sort that out for the next session then.
Yeah,
And-
let's do.
you also found one of the sword wielding or the scimitar wielding goblins a rusted silver shield. I mean, a rusted silver key.
Hey.
Hey, I don't have to pick the lock. 'Cause
Okay,
apparently
so
I can't do it.
Vorn is still gonna slam the goblin's face into the keyhole.
I can still try the trinket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I'm sorry if Vorn is a little too snarky sometimes. But just let me know.
You're fine. You're fine. You're fine to me, man. Everybody play their characters out very good. So, thank you all for joining. I'm gonna come up with the next session. Any ideas of what you wanna encounter? You know,
T-Rex
throw
was on the table.
throw some ideas out. I definitely will take that into
How
account.
about a beholder?
On all serious note, all seriousness though, my favorite monster for a DM to use are basilisks.
Stop.
They
No.
are lovely creatures to use.
No.
Gelatinous
Not yet.
cubes are good too.
Not yet, not yet.
I mean, I guess it's kind of strange to have a big array of different monsters. Usually, you can spice up the same monsters and use them over and over again. But I'm interested in seeing strange monsters.
Well, the good thing about the monster manual and the DM's handbook is you can reskin.
Yeah.
Oh, how are we doing health with leveling up? Are we doing just the half or rolling or?
You can
Choice.
You can the choice. You can take the average, or you can
Or roll.
Roll. Yeah.
I'm not a confident person.
I'm gonna roll it right now. Roll it right now.
I'll take
Yeah, I'll
that
take
half.
the average.
How much does a monk get? By the way, you said that we were gonna do this bi-weekly, but now it seems you've changed your mind.
Well, it's still bi-weekly, but I want to be able to give Michael a chance to play and just keep everything fresh and continue off where we left off. Because
I have D10.
I thought we were getting through what I had planned, but that's pretty good actually.
Where's my D10?
Where's my D8?
Alright. I'm going to... Here we go. Lucky webcam. Fucking shit. So I might have rolled a 1.
Oh no! Turn off the camera.
And my camera turned off as well.
Spasm.
Oh, now it's a 12.
Whoops! This D10 happened to be a 12 this time.
Alright.
All right,
So
I am
Here.
going to end the recording.
That's a 7. So I don't know if you saw that.